Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. It's me, got Aaron in the building rocking out. I guess D still finished from his birthday. This Birmingham party had Father's Day come right after the jump, the double whammy. So, but we got a lot of content to get to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to get into all of it. But for starters, before the question of the day, go ahead, share the content, hit the like button, go ham on the like button for us. We trying to get out here, man. We trying to get out here. All right, question of the day comes in. It says, so I recently got a huge blessing with a lump sum of money, and my boyfriend of 5 months asked me if I would give him $50,000 hypothetically. My response was, what do you need $50,000 for? That's a lot of money. This started a huge argument. He said he asked the question because he already knew the answer to it and wanted to prove a point. Basically, he claims I'm fake and I act stingy with money. He told me if he had the same amount of money that I had, he'd give me $50,000. And he even says his ex or close friends would also do the same. He keeps trying to make me feel like I'm wrong because I wouldn't give him $50,000. We've only been dating for 5 months, and that's way too much money to just be handing out to someone I've only started dating. I don't want to waste money on a person that I could be temporary that could be temporary in my life. Am I wrong to not want to give him the $50,000? Is he playing games? Is he trying to swindle?
I mean, I don't see in what reality somebody feel entitled to another person $50,000. I don't care where it came from.
Oh, 50K is a rack of bread just to give a Joe Schmo. You met at the bar and y'all hung out a few times, ate at IHOP, and now he asking you for 50K. That's
Now, I had a Bama ask me literally for 50,000. This was a few years back, and the nigga got mad when I clicked my heels and just get a Bama 50 grand.
dog, 50. No, it's not $50. It's 50K.
But
Some
some
Bama's don't even make that in a year. What
they
you
be pocket
mean?
watching, so they feel like if you got it, they should have it too. That's just how people live.
Dog, you can't be pocket watching 50K, dog. Like you just gotta that's Bama's played the lottery their whole life and don't get 50K. Bama's work a whole year and don't make 50K. So to just ask it off the whim, I'm curious to know how much money she got though.
That's the key. That's the
Cause
key.
cause clearly it was enough for him to feel emboldened to be like, let me get 50K. And then he tried to hit her with the swindle move, talking about, oh, I knew you wouldn't give it to me. I was just asking to see. See, Bama's like that, you gotta watch out for. Cause he's scheming. He'll waste your money on shoes and just funny business, dog. Cause I mean,
It's
I
nothing
want
worse than you just coming to a lump sum of money and the Bama asking. It's not like you been loaded and he down bad and he need a favor. Bama just, oh, they got the bread. Let me see how much of this joint.
no, but if you down bad though, still you 50K down bad. Dog, I know Bama's got big credit card debt. Most of it only go up to like 25K, dog. So if Bama's not
Exactly, because most people that ask that kind of joint, they need it for a reason because they can't make or get that kind of money.
I'm trying, what are you gonna do with the bread though?
Blow it. Go
he
get
going
some
to
bombs.
he going to Maryland Live, dog.
All you gonna do is flirt and cheat with other youngins with the bread. That's what they're gonna do. Be staying at the Conrad in the suite. You know what I'm saying? Going out to 5-star.
Go to the dealership. Go ahead, lease the top line BM.
You
Joe
already
he
know.
can't afford
You
with
already
the
know.
with the $900 payments, young.
Money gonna be gone in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, dog. Talking about if somebody, my ex or somebody else would have gave me the bread. Dog, that is a bold face. I would have gave you the bread. It's always the easy say you would have gave up the bread when you ain't got the bread.
There it is.
Dog, this man is a con artist. Get far, far away.
Then he asking his young. It's not like a youngin asking a dude. You a dude asking your youngin for 50 grand? Dog, stop.
Dog, and the thing is, if you with somebody, right, and y'all rocking heavy, right, and y'all rocking heavy, you don't have to ask for no bread. If it's something you probably want or something you looking at, youngin will probably like endorse it if she rock with you heavy and y'all got a pretty solid relationship. The fact that you asked for the 50K, to me, it sounds like you out here doing some usury foolery type moves right now.
After 5 months.
Dog,
That's
it's
just
Bama's I
February.
know my whole life, dog. Dog, I know Bama's who got 50K. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't ask them for it. Dog, if I'm down bad, I'm talking about if I'm washing my clothes in Anacostia River, down bad, right? I'm standing out front of McDonald's asking Bama's, can you buy me a sandwich down bad? I'm still not asking these Bama's for 50K.
Because nobody really needs, like, what you going to start a business? What is the 50K for? Just the blow. You feel like it's just throwaway money because however she got it must have been like a settlement or lottery. So he feel like it's throwaway money. So he going to try to get 50 and throw it away. No, thank you. No, thank you. I could blow my own.
Don't endorse that because your money gonna be on this. You know how you ever seen the money where the Bama's rob a bank, young, and they think they about to get away, and then the bag gets shot out the back, and then all the money fly out the window. Like it's like, young, you did all this for the robbery, and then you didn't even get to spend the bread, young. You just caught. Dog, don't do it. Don't do it. Just tell the Bama no. He get mad. Tell him kick rocks. Cause I guarantee you, he the type of Bama going to just deal with it. He gonna try to play nice to get whatever he can get out of it.
He gonna get a rob. That's what he gonna do. He gonna make it look like a setup. All of a sudden, Bama's gonna kick in the door and be in the back window or something like that. You know how it go. 5 months, you gotta get him out of here now.
You gotta get him out of here, dog. That matter of fact, that's causes for shutting the whole relationship down, though. Cause that shows he don't have he don't really care about you, for real. He don't really care. Dog, I got
Really
friends
joking.
I rock with. I would not ask for 50K. Dog.
He got to be joking though, because like, who asked for? It's very, very rare circumstances.
He ain't joking, dog. Cause he tried to hit it with the reverse psychology. If he was just joking, he would have been like, let me borrow 50K. And she'd be like, nah, I can't do it. But like, all right, all right. And the Bama would have just laughed it off. Then I would have took it. But the fact that the Bama tried to hit it with the, I knew you was going to go like that. You stingy. We'll try to give it a guilt trip on it. That's how you know the Joan funny business. It's fugazi. Get away. Yeah, get away, young. You need to go ahead and end the relationship. I'm forget the loan. That's caused the end of relationship, man. Because that tells me he doing swindling. He definitely doing swindling. Um, there you go, D. What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good, man?
What's up, man? Happy belated B day to the man, the myth, the legend. How was your Father's Day, bro? You good?
I'm good, bro. Father's Day, birthday, Juneteenth, a whole lot happened in a week, man.
Hey,
It was
hey
all good.
D.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Let me borrow 50K.
Is that a trick question? Like you just somebody asked to borrow some sugar, man.
No. Is you letting the Bama borrow 50K from you? Is you
Never,
giving
ever. Not even 5,000. Not even
you're
500.
not getting the 50K back. Like you never getting it back. So it ain't a loan. It's a gift.
You ain't lying. That's for you to keep. For that person to keep and you never to receive again. Just write it
So
off
so
on your taxes as a gift.
so yeah, so we had a youngin who I guess the dude she was dating for 5 months asked her for 50K. Could he get 50K off her? She came into some money, a lump sum of money. He asked her for 50K. And she said, nah, she can't do it. But he giving her the guilt trip over it, saying, I would have gave it to you and my
That's not
exes
true.
would have did it for me. And,
What's that
I
got to
knew
do?
you was stingy and you wasn't going to give up the bread. All of that. Yeah.
Hey, look, man, that's some funny business.
She run a game.
One time, man, somebody tried to borrow a quarter from me when I was younger, man. I asked them what they're gonna use the quarter for, So I already know I ain't doing 50K. I ain't doing 50K.
Nah, no 50K, dog. No, sir. We said, nah, Bob, we can't do it. We got our show lineup. We went through the question of the day. We're gonna talk some Ben Simmons, the Philadelphia 70s. You already know. Suns and 4 mayhem. Bama's wrecking again. I don't know why. KD falls short. Is Steve to blame? We gonna find out. More playoff talk. Going to talk some Supreme Court ruling with the NCAA. Collegiate athletes getting paid. Is that going to happen? And Carl Nassib, he came out as being homosexual, gay. So we're gonna talk about that too. Vikings players shot in DC. We just talked about the funny, but you gotta stay out of the hood, dog. You in the league, you gotta stay out the hood. But we're gonna get to it all. First things first, dog. Ben Simmons can't shoot the rock. Is it time for him to get traded? Is we there now? Was the game that pitiful that we just have to trade this Bam off the team now?
Yeah, it's difficult to say otherwise. I one thing you always look at a player and the player's improvement over his career, and he doesn't have a long career. But how does somebody's jump shot go from better to worse in that span of time? How does your jump shot get worse to almost to the point you don't even want to shoot it?
Dog, it's non-existent, dog.
How
We
did
can go
that
down to
happen?
Bowie Rec Center, dog. Boys and Girls Club. And I guarantee you, it's a Batman in the gym out of all the people you pick that got a wet jumper that's better than Ben Simmons right now.
Is
That's
that
all
somebody?
facts.
And that's somebody. Is that a problem with Philadelphia? Because Markel Fultz wasn't his jump shot, but I think it looked so flicked. I was like, what's wrong with his jump shot? I mean, is this a common thing with Philly and their, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going
Dog,
on?
anytime your center got the best jumper on the team, maybe Seth Curry, probably.
Oh yeah,
But
Seth,
dog, but
without
next to
question.
Seth is Embiid. Got the best jumper. I know people looking at this like, young trade BC Simmons. What's that stand? Brick City. The Bama can't shoot. Bama can't. That's what the BC stand for. He can't shoot. So I mean, at this point, what do you do with him? Do you trade him up? I mean, is his value crushed right now? I mean, in the last game versus the Atlanta Hawks,
It was bad.
the last minutes of the game, Doc Rivers pulled Ben Simmons out of the game. He didn't even trust him because, I mean, I was looking at the game and I'm like, if I'm strategizing this jump, I'm definitely going to have a Bama foul off break. I'm
Right.
gonna have a Bama foul
And
like
that's
off
what they
break.
did.
So he go to the line because the Bama was like 1 for 2 every time he go to the free throw line. So it don't make no sense to me how I'm confused, bro.
And it doesn't work. His style of play to me doesn't work with Embiid because he needs the paint. Embiid needs to pay, needs to pay when he's using it. And so you got a guy who cannot spread the floor because he needs to get down. You know what I'm saying? And it just, to me, the two don't go together well right now. And I just can't see how you're going to continue to put the two of them in their particular game, like the way they play the game, I should say, and that be successful where they're going to go further. I just don't see them going any further. If he can't develop a jump shot, I don't see how you're going to be able to spread the floor like that.
Develop is out of the question. We passed development.
He can't.
Development is like one first year in the league, 2 year. Like we saw Trey Young develop, like from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah.
This Bama done took a leap. He got much more just like consistent all around. His runners in the lane, just money all the time.
Is
He just
dribbling.
takes
Yeah.
dribbling, handling, ability to get other players involved. Him not just jacking shots, him picking and choosing. Dog, he just got so much better.
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons, dog, you cannot be a functional star in the league if you cannot shoot, bro.
No.
I mean, even Russell Westbrook can't even shoot that great. But at least he's not afraid to shoot the rock.
That's the problem. He is scared to the point where he doesn't even want to go to the cup. Because if he gets fouled, he going to the free throw line. He can't shoot that either.
He can't make free throws. Dog, how you getting targeted like you Shaq for free throws? Like Bama's is fouling you. You were supposed to be a guard at the guard position. That has to eat you up inside. I don't know who's in his ear, who his family is, whatever. Wasn't he dating Kendall Jenner, one of the Jenner Kardashian youngins? Dog, I don't know what's going on. Who's in your camp, bro? But you need a big brother, somebody to come and like put some pressure on you. Shaq said he would have beat him up in the locker room.
Yeah, that's you short for game time. You know what I'm trying to say? Even if he couldn't shoot, he should have showed up and at least been aggressive.
I'd have pulled 17 jumpers, dog. If I miss them all, so be it.
Or at least try to go to the free throw line 17 times and take the free shot. You know what I'm trying to say?
The batter was underneath the basket and passed the joint up.
Yeah, even if you don't make the free throws, you in a position to help your team by getting the other team in foul trouble, getting them in the penalty, getting free shots.
Dog,
right.
He had no confidence in shooting a jumper at all. He was not shooting it, dog. I think the Bama went like 0 for 6. He took 6 shots. In like the last 3 games, Bama took like a combined 21 shots or something like that. Something ridiculous.
And 0 shots in the last 4 games in the fourth quarter. That's absurd.
Right.
And
they should have took that Harden trade. They should have took that Harden trade. They'd probably be winning the chip this year.
Or not. I mean, Harden is on the sideline. Well, he did come back, but
he wasn't himself.
I don't know.
He wasn't himself. But yeah, I hear what you're saying though.
But Ben Simmons, bro. I mean, some people were talking about him potentially. Would you trade him for Russell Westbrook, or would you trade him for Bradley Beal? Dog, I wouldn't trade that Bama for a can of beans. You can go by a construction site, pick up a brick. I wouldn't trade him for a brick right now.
Come on.
He needs to be surrounded with shooters. He can't play with a center. No. And I get that Embiid doesn't want to play in the post like that anyway, because they still should have won that game. But just the philosophy that's going to go on in Philadelphia, he can't play that way. Mm-hmm. He cannot play with Embiid. It's impossible.
That's it. It's the two of that is not gonna merit. If anything, this has been very good for Seth Curry to showcase his ability to shoot, because the Bama
definitely got him
shooting lights out.
Definitely got him some bread.
He about to catch
dog, what we gonna do here, dog? What we doing here? Is it what is Philly gonna do? Is Doc at fault in any way with this? Is you looking at Doc, or is he getting a pass?
I mean, he's got to be partially responsible for the 2 double-digit leads they had that they blew in back-to-back games. He's got 11 double-digit jack the money in his career, and nobody else even has double-digit occurrences like that. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, he's not the one ducking layups. Like, you can't get past how trash Simmonds is and how Embiid wants to be a small forward. You can't get past that part.
I don't know what you do with this roster. I mean, you have to trade Ben Simmons.
For what?
His stock is low right now. I don't even know what you'll get back. But you have to look to move his first of all, his contract is super insane. It's like he got like 4 years left on his contract for like 154 million. Something.
Oh, no, sir.
Something stupid.
They stuck.
So you really don't got a whole lot of options as far as trading them off to anybody. So at this point, you gotta do this Bama like Rocky and just put him in the gym with a shooter. Get Muhammad Abdul Rauf or somebody and get him and just work on his jumper.
You don't think they've been trying that? This is the NBA. This is not rec league.
That's the thing about Aaron. That's what I was saying to her earlier. Why is it that guys that struggle with the shoot, they only get worse? Like Fultz got worse. How does
It's
someone that
mental.
I
The
mean,
joint is
yeah,
all mental, dog.
that's
'Cause,
true too. Yeah.
like I've seen Simmonds working on his shot. Like they're
Mhm.
definitely working on it. But the lights come on, and all of a sudden he doesn't even like. You can't get better if you're not taking the shots, Harold.
He's
It
not
doesn't matter
even
how much
taking the
work you do in the off season. If you're not even going to try them in a game, you're not going to get better.
No, and the thing is, it's not like this dude, like it's not like he's off the bench. He ain't a Jordan Clarkson and nobody like that. You know,
Jordan Clarkson
this
better
dude,
than him.
he is. You got this guy, he starts the games, you're putting him out there. This is your guy, and he does not feel confident enough to shoot the basketball. What is that?
In any capacity. Not even when he's like 8 feet from the rim, he won't shoot it.
Yeah,
Somebody he
just,
definitely needs somebody like you would say, not a big brother, but like he need a bully. He need a Jordan on his team. Like he got to be Kwame Brown to a certain extent. Like because they tried everything else, all the nice guy stuff, kissing his ass. At this point, you got to be like, hey nigga, shoot the shot. If you don't shoot, you come in and sit beside me. If
oh,
you
I'm
the
gonna
coach.
wreck you. Yeah.
If he wasn't 6'10", the band would be working at Burger King. Like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm trying to figure out how the Bama went number one.
Because he's 6'10" and can handle the rock.
Right.
Everybody gets sized. Start imagining stuff they didn't see. Like jump shots going in. Free throws.
You know, Magic Johnson was a big point guard that could pass the rock and facilitate. So people see that all the time as a comparison.
Right. A more athletic Magic. But
Right.
no, sir. Magic's jump shot got better as he was in the league.
Bama
Right.
Magic went to got a hook shot. This Bama said bump the jumper at least, and you saw Magic. He went to that one arm push jump. He was like, I gotta make this jump. This is how I can make it with the one arm push. He wasn't shooting the ball like everybody else. He was like, and shooting it with the one arm. So, but the jump was going in.
And he's in the wrong city to be trash. Because they go ride this Bama different. Paul.
That's it.
Bama
They
throw
gonna
a
ride
Philly
him different.
cheesesteak on the. I seen the Bama throw a bottle on.
Yeah, on the court.
As soon as he
Booing
on
and
the
everything.
court.
So,
Booing
yeah,
and
they gotta get him
everything,
out of-
dog.
He got to go to
Meek
a small
Mill,
market
Bama's gonna
team.
sit a hit out on.
Like
Yeah,
bury
he
him,
gotta
like
play.
send him to Milwaukee somewhere. You got to
He
send him
can't
somewhere.
go there now. It ain't a whole lot of places he can go right now.
You got an amnesty to Bama. I know they don't even have that anymore, but nobody's going to take that trade. Like you could say, I'm going to take you. You could take him for free. Just get him off our books. And most teams would be like, nah, because the contract is crazy.
Dog, like I told you, I can't take it. I can't take that contract, dog. You can't shoot, bro. What, like right now, like that's the NBA. It's a bunch of scores, dog. That's what defines you as a superstar. Your ability to score. This Bama's one half of his game is just off the table.
So he's no longer a superstar then. He's not
Was
a
he
superstar.
ever?
No, I think, nah, he not a superstar.
What do you think he is? He's a star? He's
a good player.
He's not a good player. What the?
He a good player, dog.
How?
He not a he
How?
can so this is the thing. Ben Simmons can do a lot of good stuff. He just can't shoot.
It's called basketball. Like make baskets, shoot the ball in the basket. How can you be good? It's not like he's a dominant defensive player under the basket, changes shots and blocking. Stop, Harold. The Bama's not good. He does everything Lonzo Ball does except for he's 6'10". He's a solid-ish NBA player.
What would you grade him?
A C.
A C? I'm not giving him a C, dog. I'm not giving him. I think he's better
You
than
giving him a
C.
D?
No,
So he's a B.
a B minus, C plus. I mean, after the last playoffs, the Bama's in the C's, but prior to that, I would have gave him a B.
So playoffs don't matter as much as regular season is what you saying.
Nah, it do. It do matter.
If Paul George did something like this,
Oh yeah.
Bama's would be different. Like you can't pick favorites. You got to hold Bama's to the same accord, dog.
Well, I don't. But this is the thing. I don't classify Paul George and Ben Simmons in the same category.
Paul George is much better, correct?
Yeah, in my opinion, Paul George is more closer than being deemed a superstar than
So is it
Ben Simmons is.
okay? So we about to get tricky. Is Paul George an A?
We'll come back to Paul George later on in the show.
Simmons got to be a C, dog. It's different classes.
NBA 2K? Yeah, that's a C. Nah, this joint went down. They probably updated the
His
rosters
rating like
and everything.
72, 73, like Jeremy's saying, dog. There's no way his Bama's a B. No way.
Oh man, dog. Yeah, they finished. On the other playoff game, KD almost saved the day, dog. A half a step back.
If that big toe.
And that jumper with it, that big toe, man wasn't wearing size them dungaree 12s. He might have got the W, bro. He was close.
That might have been the greatest was a game-winning shot ever.
Oh man,
if that joint would have been a 3.
Yes, yeah.
Dog, the circumstances, everything that went into it. I mean, I literally was watching the game. It would have been a 1 seed, dog, and it would have cemented him. It would have. I told somebody it would have made history. Like that would have been a historical moment for him. Now it's just they lost and Giannis went on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just took all of the shine and the luster that was right there, dog.
And we talked about this offline. Like, you know, I expected them to win the championship this year. If they pass the Bucks and get a chip, he's in the conversation for being able to catch up with LeBron. Because that Ross is not going anywhere.
That's it. And I don't know.
So that's a huge kind of a change of events where if you're a centimeter back further with your legacy, dog, it's just, that's crazy.
Yeah, dog. I just a centimeter back, dog.
He's one ring back if he get a chip this year.
It was just his big toe. So, yeah. But the thing that was confusing to me, because it was a touch and go game, you know, definitely we were playing underhanded. James Harden was 70%, 75. Actually, he was a little bit better in this last game than he was in the game before it. You know, no Kyrie Irving, and they were just trying to get by. And it seemed to me is that if they would have just got, because they had Brook Lopez down there, they had Giannis down there, and when the game was on the line, those two was really the ones getting the rebounders and getting the loose rebounds. And the Nets didn't have nobody on the team who was really like rebounding for them, except for Bruce Brown, who's 6'4". And to me, I'm looking at the roster and I'm like, hold on, you got DeAndre Jordan over there, 6'11". You mean to tell me he can't get you 3 rebounds, 4 rebounds? At the end of the game, especially when you need rim protection and defending, you know, you mean to tell me DeAndre Jordan can't give you nothing? After even if his knees was applesauce, the Bama ain't played in several weeks, so
should be fresh.
Jones should be good at least for a quarter or a couple
something to
possessions.
See. Can he change some shots? Can he get a rebound? It's not worth trying to see if it helps at all. I guess not.
So I'm trying to figure out what did DeAndre Jordan say about Steve Nash to where there was no confidence at all for him to do anything. And the fact is, nobody's even talking about this. When you doubt, it was that game was won on rebounding, second chance points and rebounding. At the end, when it got real scrappy, them rebounds hurt. The Bama, what's his name? Joe Harris shot a 3-ball. The jump missed. They got the ball back. They got another chance and they missed again. But like, that's what you needed to be able to win this game, especially when your main star's legs was just fading by the minute. Yeah, it was just fading by the minute. When it went to OT, that Bama was gassed. He was all out of gas. He was running on E. So, I mean, I think it's Steve Nash's fault. Honestly, it looked like a rookie move on Steve Nash. He played his. Durant, that Bama played like 60 minutes, young. This Bama played a whole TV show, like straight. He didn't get no rest. And there was times in the third quarter when it was touch and go where he could have rested him so that he would have those legs down the stretch at the end of the game. I don't understand it, man. I don't get it.
I don't think he had confidence though in anybody else. with Harden being, hurt, and he was kind of like gutting out that, and he was playing, and of course he doesn't have his point guard in Kyrie, so for him it was just like I gotta go with the high handed KD, and I just gotta take him. I'm gonna
But
just
during the season, these Bammers was playing without they start. They was playing on one Bama anyway. You mean to tell me Shamit and some of these other dudes that they was playing? Dog, they've been playing the entire year pretty much because there's been injuries with the big three the whole year. To me, it wouldn't have really been anything different. Now, I know you don't want the game to get away from you, but the game wasn't away from them.
yeah, I don't know if he thought, if he would have taken KD out, that would have definitely changed the way the Bucks were defending, because it was hard enough when he was in the game and they were defending really well. And if you would have taken him out the game and they got a lead, I think it'd have been too much for KD to try to make up that difference if they would have gotten down.
I get that. But the worst case scenario happened. He needed extra juice.
Yeah.
And he had none.
Nothing.
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could tell by, Steve Nash, he from the Scott Brooks coaching tree, where you just lean on your stars. After they winning for you, you hug them and act like they, you had a part in it. That's
the
essentially
NBA, though. When have you ever seen different in the NBA?
Dog, Nate McMillan coaching his
That's
tail.
what I was getting ready to say.
Is he gonna coach his way to a chip though?
I don't know, but this Bama is coaching his tail off. He outcoached Doc Rivers for sure. And I saw something I've never. Dog, when you watch Wizards basketball games and you never see strategy, when you see a coach utilize strategy, dog, it's like a youngin walking in a sundress with a caboose. You can't miss it, dog. You can't miss it. So for me, I'm like, it's a few Bamas that can coach for real. It's a lot of
very few, like Pop.
It's a very few. Yeah, it's
McMillan.
It's like
It might be less than that. Yeah.
If
Everybody else just roll the ball on the court and then
they
you
roll
get what you
it out
get.
there. They give you a hug at the end. And just
we gotta give Monty Williams some love too.
Yeah, Monty Williams.
Nah, facts.
And the thing is that Nate McMillan is still interim. He's still not the head coach of that team. So,
dog, and that's what I'm saying. The Bama gotta cross the Red Sea on foot to even get these Bamas like.
This perfect though, because that bag is gonna be way better than it was if they would have signed him off.
It will.
It's like 6 teams looking for a head coach too. He about to cash out.
Yeah,
he about to cash out.
I want to see the market. Y'all want
he getting 10 mil. He getting 10.
Yeah, facts. Speaking of coaches, the Wizards are looking at Chauncey. Is it going to happen?
Probably not, but it's good to be excited right now. It's like the Washington football off seasons. You get excited, then the season starts.
Chauncey Billups become the Wizards' new head coach. I like it. Where my drum at, dog? Where my drum at?
They got to be aggressive though. Like you can't wait around and do a bidding war or wait for everybody else to have a say in it. If you decide that this is who you want, you're the Wizards. You're a C-League team in the NBA. You got to be aggressive. Go get them now.
Tommy called him. What's the other Bama we got that's doing the books for us? They used to be with the Browns.
He got the OC.
The black dude. What's his name, young? You know who I'm talking about.
He was a GM with the Browns, D.
Yeah, he's the lawyer.
Super
Bama.
smart, Bama.
Super smart. Yeah, let him do it. Go ahead and get the contracts. Holler at him. Invite him to DC. Restaurants open now. Go ahead, treat him. Take him to Sizzler. Get him whatever, steak dinner, all that. Appetizer, dessert.
Sashi
Brown. Make it happen, dog. Call this man. Get Chauncey. Look, Chauncey, I know people want Sam Cassell. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. I think Sam Cassell has been an assistant for a reason. I think that people need to take him serious and they need to give him that opportunity. I just don't foresee that happening, though. Because Sam is Sam. The Bama is a hell of an assistant coach, and he cool and he hood.
And players listen to him.
They do listen. But when you got a coach like that, you know how it is. If you the GM, you need a coach that can like play both sides. Or you got somebody on your staff that can play both sides. that whole saying with the players and I'm for the players stuff
He can't be
is not
controlled
gonna
or
work.
puppeted.
You can't do it when
When you're a head coach, you can't.
you gotta be what do you call it? Diplomatic as a head coach. At least to a degree. So I just don't know that I can't see.
Meanwhile, we recycling a bunch of bums that we saw can't do it effectively. You got Stan Van Gundy about to get probably another 5th, 6th, 7th job. So I don't see why he don't deserve the opportunity to fail first before we got to dissect why this Bama shouldn't be a head coach. Because Scott Brooks probably get another job before him, and he the worst coach in the league.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Scott Brooks is going to get another chance.
Yeah, you're right.
He couldn't even get a call from a player, his best player that he ever had coaching. And I believe that's the reason Washington hired him, because they thought they would at least get a sit down with KD. KD ain't even answer the phone for Scott Brooks, so what'd that tell you?
Yeah, Jeremy over here trying to do trades. It's a trade machine, so it's very far-fetched. However, would you like Ben Simmons on the Wizards if they gave up Bertans,
Nope.
Lopez, Ish
Nope.
Smith,
Nope.
a second,
Nope.
2 first-round picks, and 2 draft swaps?
For a C player, Jeremy, what do you want over there?
That draft machine needs to be recalculated.
Him and Westbrook will build a church. What you call it?
drop
It'd be so many bricks. No, there's no way.
Jeremy,
Them two
drop the
non-shoot
Sherm,
niggas
dog.
together.
Drop that Sherm. Don't put that in your system, dog. Don't do it, Leave that alone. Leave that Molly alone. Yeah, it's Joe. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, what the Nets gonna do? They just gonna keep it like
Run
just
it
gonna
back.
rock it, just run it back. Same roster, same.
And pray for the injuries not to bite you again next year.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess they gotta do that, though. I guess they gotta do that.
If they're healthy, I don't think anybody thinks they don't win the chip this year.
Not fact.
It's definitely health.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay. Playoffs. Is the Clippers going to beat the Suns? I mean, the Suns is up. First game, 1-0, the Suns is up. Devin Booker looking right. Just for a word, because we got to talk about it. Last week, we talked about the dudes wrecking in the stands. This week, these Bammers out here at the game talking about Suns in 4. Now it's incentivized. They out here wrecking. I done did a video. I seen me do a video. Follow me on OSS 980.
That did
Bama
a back
tomahawk
heel
jump.
kick.
Yeah,
He did a back heel kick, yeah.
They ain't giving no Mexicans free tickets though.
Nah,
You can bet
dog.
that. They not
Ain't
getting
gonna
floor seats.
Dog, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. If you of your shade of hue darker than going to jail, they locked the thing. They ain't show y'all. They locked all them bombers up, dog.
Yeah, they
all
still
did.
waiting on the
They all did
magistrate.
a night. Yeah, they all did a night in the tank. So that's what I'm saying. And the jump crazy. The dude who did the original Sons and 4 Bama, he got floor seats. He got patted on the back. Team took him in. They gave him a jersey sign. Bama's at the game taking pictures with him. Where they do that at? So you mean to tell me if I just go to a game and I just whoop a Bama?
Banned. Indefinitely. You watching from your TV rest of your life.
And it ain't like, this is another thing. It ain't like the altercation, like they came in on the back end of it when he was whooping dude. You seen the whole story play out.
Other dudes did swing first though. So he
did
only
swing.
defended himself.
That's a fact.
But that wouldn't matter when it come to us. They see nigga throwing hands. You're out of here. It
You're
wouldn't have
out.
mattered. But he was
wouldn't
just
have
defending
mattered.
himself.
No, it wouldn't have mattered. That's a fact, though. That's a fact. Yeah, Bama's called me. Shout out my man Cody. He called me out. He was like, dog, you said the Suns in 4 is going to be what you going to tell people? You know, I was like, dog, that was just to let Bama's know it's a warning. Don't jump out there. Not that I want to wreck everybody I see at the stadium. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now it's a thing. It's trending on Twitter. Suns in 4, Bama's thing. And it's crazy.
You got to pick what city you do that in, too. They going to have Bammers in the wrong places doing that.
Yeah,
it's going to
you
be
can
like
do
the
that
let
in
out to the
Phoenix.
club.
You can do that in Phoenix, yeah. You can't do that certain places. I'm just
Bama going to get out his phone, like, yeah, I'm following this Bama now. Meet me outside. Then everybody going to be on the news.
Somebody gonna give you a round of applause as soon as you get out that stadium. They gonna be clapping at you, dog, with them heavy hammers, dog.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
definitely
to,
a terrible precedent to set by celebrating
you,
this Bama for doing that. They lucky they in Arizona, but certain other places, it's gonna be a
you
problem.
already know. You already know. Um, on to some other sports news. The NCAA got taken to the Supreme Court again, and they got basically, make a long story short, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the person who was bringing the case to the, I don't even have the dude's name, but they ruled in favor. They said that the NCAA doing funny business. I'm giving y'all the Cliff Note version. They said the NCAA doing funny business with the whole business structure and how they're not paying the players, and that basically it wouldn't work in no other business. The way that they
Facts.
operate, it wouldn't be allowed in any other business. And basically, they saying these antitrust laws, like the jig is up, and you're gonna have to do something ASAP because things is changing. My question is, will we get athletes and collegiate athletes paid by 2022? I know there's some stuff on the books now, but it seems like the NCAA is still lobbying behind the scenes to get these antitrust laws to basically stay in place. To say that, they're compensating these collegiate athletes in the way that they deem fit educationally, and that it doesn't require them to pay them monetarily in money. And they don't want to even, because once you go to paying collegiate athletes, you got to open the books. You got to show all the bread that's being made. They don't want to do that either.
Crooks.
This is a $1 billion industry when it comes to collegiate sports and all these colleges and the amount of money they make with these players and the way they just rotate them out, just bodies. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if you get hurt, there's going to be someone else that wants to be on that roster, especially if you're like in the SEC or something like that, or Big Ten.
Power Five
Yeah,
conference. You already know.
exactly. So it's just like, yeah, you're giving them an education, but they're putting
That they
their
don't want.
whole body on the line. Yeah, they don't want that. They're putting their whole body on the line for that, but they're not getting paid for it. But you utilize them as if they're getting paid. So you're like, shoot, because if they get hurt, you're gonna find that next guy that's gonna
Yo,
you're gonna recruit, and then he's gonna be somebody else that's just a recycle. You just get him out of there. We'll find somebody else.
during COVID, they had these Bamas traveling and going around and playing, dog. No other college kids was doing
None.
this. They at home with their family, school closed. These Bamas traveling, going hooping and playing basketball and all this other.
And they would have a better argument if the money was just sitting in a surplus at each school strictly for the football. But they basically using football money at these big schools to fund everything else at the university.
Everything
building
else.
all these other facilities, paying for all these other sports that nobody wants to see.
And
It's
salaries.
salaries,
Coaches
executives,
getting-
and NCAA Bama's cashing out. So it's ridiculous. It's modern day slavery.
Coaches
Dog.
get paid. College coaches get paid more than NFL at the pro level, in the collegiate level.
Dog, and they walking on water in their towns and cities. They don't pay
Right.
for nothing either. Dog, it's egregious. It's egregious. And the fact that they slow walking it, it's like this is crazy to me. Dog. And I was listening to the radio the other day, and this lady had the nerve, and I'm, I gotta take a step back because sometimes I get a little fiery. But she's like, I met these guys who, are part of the NCAA, and people think that they're like these bad guys or whatever, but they're really not. They're really, I just think they've, been in the system so long, and they have antiquated thinking processes that they just want to stop it.
They the good slave masters. They getting cash off of free labor.
Dog, listen,
no way
I'd
around
be
it.
happy too if I'm getting bread like they getting bread, dog. The Babbas is living on ranches and living a good life, dog, without a care in the world. And honestly, when you start to pay these collegiate athletes, you're gonna open up Pandora's box. Everything's on the table. They gotta see the books, all the money they say they don't have. Oh nah, you can't lie no more. My man, you think about all the athletes that got hemmed up as a result of not being paid. Dog, you know how much money? I'm about to just tell you something. Do you know how much money Reggie Bush would have made if he could have monetized his likeness and his image?
Tim Tebow, Vince Young. It's a laundry list of these Bama.
Dog, if they could just get money off of their image, these Bamas would have never even had to go to the NFL.
They couldn't even sell their own jerseys. What's the quarterback turned receiver that played with Washington like 4 or 5 years ago? That I seen down sacks and Tyson.
Quarterback?
Quarterback with the Raiders. He got drafted. I think it was with the Raiders. He played at Ohio State.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah, I'm
went back into the archives on me.
No, it was on a few years ago. Terrell Pryor.
Oh, Terrell Pryor, yes.
Yeah, this Bama got suspended for selling his own jersey to get a tattoo or something like that.
That's it. And this is the thing. It's not like it's crazy because it's like they like nobody can do it. Like, no. But Young, these Bamas ain't even, it's not like he's sold a joint and made a mint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bama sold his jersey and got a tattoo, dog, for $300. That's what I'm saying. If Reggie Bush, dog, when Reggie was in USC, this Bama was the attraction of the league. He was the man.
Facts.
This Bama would have made his NFL salary for his entire career in that 4-year collegiate stint. If he could have maximized his image and likeness, dog.
And not just the money, but the brand he would have built. That would have been a lot longer than just the money that he was getting as a collegiate athlete that he could have built if he wanted to. You know what I'm trying to say? Because to me, the brand is something that's has more longevity than just the cash. The cash can come and go really quick, but when you can build a brand when you was that young, man.
Dog.
Look.
And guess who got his money? They did.
Yeah.
The NCAA got all his money from that. All of the stuff they got the money, and then they find in dog. Do y'all just listen to how credit that is? The money that he made, which is hand over fist, they took and then had the audacity to fine him for any little thing that he did, and he, monetizing his image and likeness, though. That it don't make no sense to me, though. It don't make any sense to me. And I just think more lawsuits are going to happen. We need more advocates. This junk got to stop. I hope by 2022, I know that there's some stuff that's supposed to happen this year where it's supposed to open up players in certain states to be able to monetize their image and likeness. I'll believe it when I see it. Because they holding on to this junk like they did slavery, dog. When the slavery got abolished, they was like, oh, yeah, well, we're just going to do indentured servants. Actually, we're going to let you work for us, and then we're going to pay you. And then they start charging them for the tractor. Oh, yeah, you got to pay me extra $25 for this tractor because I'm letting you use it, but you got to pay. It was just the funny business, dog. What you going to say, Aaron?
I think the one thing that benefits them in this situation, though, is the NCAA divisions or conferences aren't set up like the NFL where it's one big entity. Like they can have their own set of rules, and all it takes is for one conference with 10 to 12 teams to decide we want a competitive advantage. We're going to pay our players. And then they'll have a way to be able to force everybody else. Because the SEC, which is the South and probably the ones that you would lastly think want to pay people, they're going to sit there and watch the Pac-12 and these other divisions stack up with all the players that they used to get. So you can kind of force their hand, and I think the Pac-12 will probably be the conference to be able to pull that off because it looked like it was heading that way. And then you saw all of a sudden some of the stuff in Florida and stuff started to take place because they can't allow one conference to be able to take over and end up being the SEC going forward.
Right. That's exactly what it was.
This is the opportunity to change the game for sure. You start paying players, and then Bam's like, oh, I can go down there.
Yeah.
What they giving out? $100K?
You ain't got to hide the money?
It's a
Have
job.
her name on the house you giving us? Because they've been paying them. That's the thing.
You have to. Dog, you have to. You can't get nothing in America, dog, without giving up some bread. Nothing. Tell me one thing you can get that's free. So they giving the bread up regardless, but to do it above board on the table, and that's the thing. Yeah,
Books open.
yeah, it gotta happen, dog. It gotta happen. Gotta happen. All right, on to the NFL. So Carl Nassib came out, I think yesterday or the day before, saying that he was gay. He made a video, went around the net. Everybody's talking. He's the first active gay player to come out. Who's the dude that was before that was trying to get drafted?
Sam's.
Yeah.
Sam's.
Sam's.
Oh yeah. Sam's. Yeah. And it was a thing. Open gay player. Whoa. He didn't make it through the cycle. Now, I mean, if Carl Nassib's gay, he's gay. But I think my question is the Raiders going to cut him?
That's what the first thing that came to my mind when
because
he
his
announced
stats don't really strike me as stats to be like, okay, like we making a statement here. It doesn't.
Yeah, it kind of. When I first heard it, I was like, was he about to get cut? And this is his way of trying to stick an extra year or two on the squad, because it's kind of hard if he does that and then they cut him now. It's going to look away.
No, he gonna get cut.
You think John Gruden gonna cut the Bama?
Yes, John Gruden of all people. We talking about here.
Yeah, but it's a different day. You can't just be out here cutting Bams because who they choose.
Dog. The NFL is different, though. They do stuff I don't agree with all the time.
To niggas, but they not doing that to no gays.
Okay,
they got the breadsticks, just like you said. Whoever got the breadsticks, it's two groups that they not gonna mess with, and you know who those two groups are.
But this is what I'm saying. If he's not performing, if his play is not up to standard,
he been in the league 12 years though.
Nah, he ain't been in that long.
You don't remember when he was on the Browns in the
Yeah, that was 2016.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah, he's only been in the league for 5 years.
Seems like he's been here
5 years?
Yeah,
5 years max. And ask me how many sacks he got in tackles.
Probably 5. What do you got?
He averaging about 5. He got 3 a couple years. He got 6 a couple years. So you do the math.
Y'all celebrate those kind of players in Washington?
See, go ahead, dog. Stop.
I mean, 6 sacks is nothing to. I mean, he can play in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good.
But you gonna restrict a roster spot for 6 sacks?
But you don't have to do something you're already doing. The Bama's already on the squad. He just announced who he want to lay down with. What does that have to do with the football side of it? If anything, to me, that means I'm uncuttable. If you thought you was on that bubble that Harold talking about where production ain't quite up to snuff, we can get a guy to get 7 sacks maybe who's 21 years old versus a Bama that been in the league 5 years. You going to err on the side of the youth. NFL always does that. So maybe this is his way of like, I need 1 or 2 more years to get that pension or to just solidify what I need to solidify.
Because honestly, you don't have to like. I don't know. So forgive my ignorance. Okay.
Hold on.
But
do you really want to say what you're about to say?
No, I do.
Okay.
I do. Do you have to declare? Is it something that you have to say? Like, do I have to tell people that I'm gay?
That's what I'm saying. Why he probably said it. To get an extra year or 2.
Because if he's gay, you're just gay. Like, I don't know why you had to make a video to say, well, his rationale was, I want to stand behind those people who
in the shadows,
like in the shadows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can say that, but at the same time, black people do that kind of thing all the time, and women do it all the time, where they feel like they're underrepresented. So whenever somebody finally does something, it's like, oh, first black, or you know what I mean, like first woman, like that part gets attached to the sentence. So just because they're gay, you can't say you just got to shut up and just
I'm not even saying no. I'm not saying that either. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just asking the question. Again, I started it with I'm ignorant. I don't know how that that situation works. And
just
so
the representation
my question
part. That's
just the representation part. Okay.
And I just think like you said, as a player, he was in 14 games, but he started 8 of them. Well, I take that back. He started in 5 games and he was in 14 of them. So he obviously a rotational guy, it seems
Right.
like.
Mhm.
And
You
so
can get
with
6 sacks out of a rotation, dude.
Nah, he didn't
those
get
6
his
sacks
sacks.
wasn't last year. They were the year
Oh.
before that. When he was in Tampa Bay, he got those back-to-back six sack seasons.
Okay.
And I think that's because he was playing opposite side of
A Barrett.
yeah, exactly, Barrett. And I think that's why he probably got the production he got. But with the Raiders, he got 2.5 sacks, Aaron. So it wasn't,
Oh
but
yeah.
you know what I'm
Cut
trying
him.
to say?
Yeah, that's that. I'm sure of it now. If he had 2.5 sacks last year, then this Joker just trying to stay around. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a good.
And he won. He won because he gonna be on that roster this year.
I don't think so, though. I think he gets cut. I mean,
Maybe
I
a
don't want to
trade,
put wings.
not
I
a
don't want
cut.
to put wings on it.
Trade him to Atlanta.
He
Come on, man.
San Fran.
he gonna get cut, dog.
No way. I bet wings on that.
He gonna get cut.
I bet wings on that.
All right, we put wings.
They got the
on
spicy
it, dog.
garlic back too. The original
yeah, let's
joints.
go. Ooh, Hooters?
Yes, the original spicy garlic joints. Where Babbitt used to be ODing on them joints like 7 years ago.
All you can eat, dog. Let's go. Yeah, I think he gets cut. All right, wings on the cut. All right, bet. Dog, wrong place, wrong time. I think his name Terrell Twyman, rookie for the Minnesota Vikings, was shot several times, wounded in Washington, D.C. Why you come home, bro? What was you doing? Did he go to a party or a cookout?
He was sitting in a car in front of his aunt's house. Babbitt just pulled up and started shooting, allegedly.
Do you believe that story?
Not necessarily, but there's a different element when it comes to niggas having money. What car was he sitting in?
Right.
If he's sitting in a S550, you know what I mean, with chains on and the youngins is flocking.
On what's that street? Alabama Avenue. Where you?
So
You on the wrong street.
dirty broke dudes don't like to see Bamas in the neighborhood with, you know what I mean, getting all the youngins that they feel like they supposed to get. Walking around with the jewels on. Everybody feel entitled. So when you add money to the equation, it's a lot of jealousy out here. So if you coming home, you might feel like, oh, I'm just going to see my family, then I'm going to head right back out. But you always got those eyes on you. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
Or be on offense.
I'm glad he's still alive. But I don't know how this is going to impact his football career because he's missing all the camp. And I don't know how long 6 shots.
And it's a 6th-round pick 4 times, but he's a 6th-round pick. So
yeah.
that doesn't give you a whole lot of leverage. Hopefully.
No.
Yeah, you're done. You're done, dog. I hope you got your degree, bro. Cause it's over. Cause it's all bad. Cause even though he's not necessarily involved in no street life that we know of, it's just gonna feel like it's you're just gonna get that association, dog. Yeah, but dog, I hope he get better. What Jeremy say? It seems like it was random because he was 1 of 3 in the area that was shot over a few hours. Dog, I don't know what part of town you was in, bro, but you need to come
ever
out
since
Silver
Rona
Spring,
started,
Montgomery County or something.
In every city, Bama's been going wild. I don't know if the money drying up, what's going on, but stuff been wild ever since.
Since it opened back up?
No, this was even starting before it opened back up. Like the second half of Rona, Bama's been wild. Every major city where stuff can get real, it's been extra, extra real. Like the last 6 months. I don't know what it is. Like every city's murder rate is up.
And I don't stay out these streets, dog. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Please share the show, like the show, hit the like button. Just go ham on the like button right now. We about to shut the show down, but just go ham on the like button real quick for y'all leave. Shout out to Where's Buffy podcast. Shout out to Lance J Radio, Free Agent Radio. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Bennett Knows Best, my man Dan. It's summertime, so our hockey ain't rocking right now. Shout out to I think that's everybody. Follow the show, of course. We out.